Lamb with beans is a dish that can be prepared in 100 ways. I present to you the French version of cooking this dish. To prepare this dish, it is better to take white beans. It absorbs the liquid perfectly during cooking, softens, but remains intact without losing its shape. Using a glass, separate the amount of legumes you need from the total mass. It is better to use a measuring cup. It is very convenient to infuse beans in it. Soak the beans in 3 cups of ordinary running water for 12 hours or overnight. At the end of the required time, throw the beans into a colander, rinse under running water, and transfer to a deep saucepan. Then pour the beans with 3 glasses of pure distilled water, add salt to taste, and mix the ingredients with a tablespoon. If the liquid has not completely covered your beans, add a little more water so that it is at least 3 to 4 centimeters above the level of the beans. Then put the pan on the stove, turned on a strong level. Bring the liquid to a boil, screw the stove to a medium level, and cook the beans for 30 minutes, during which time it will become softer, almost completely ready, but not boiled. After 30 minutes, throw the boiled beans into a colander, let the remaining liquid drain, and transfer back to the pan. Preheat the oven to 230–240 degrees Celsius. To prepare this dish, use a leg of lamb. This is the best choice for baking. The meat in this part of the lamb is soft and very juicy. First, rinse the lamb under running water from various kinds of dirt, and dry it with paper kitchen towels. After laying it on a cutting board, remove the film from the meat, which can make the lamb stiff and excess fat. It contains a greater amount of flavor, repulsive for some people. Although if you purchased a leg of lamb, there should be no smell at all. In order for your dish to turn out fragrant, it is necessary to stuff the leg with garlic. To do this, peel the garlic cloves, lay them on a cutting board, and cut into layers up to 5 mm thick. Then, using a conventional knitting needle, at a slight angle in the direction of the bone, make punctures up to 4–5 centimeters long. In these incisions, lay the pieces of garlic, and stick them deep with the same knitting needle. Now you need to give the meat a nice crust. To do this, rub the lamb with salt to taste, brush with mustard on all sides, and sprinkle with ground black pepper. Take a large non-stick baking tray, put the meat on it, pour the lamb with the right amount of olive oil, put the baking tray in a preheated oven, and bake for 15 minutes. While one side of the leg is baking, peel the onion, rinse it under running water, dry it with paper kitchen towels. Place it on a cutting board, and cut each onion into 4–6 parts. After 15 minutes, open the oven, use 2 kitchen spatulas to turn the meat over to the unroasted side, place the chopped onion around it, and bake the lamb for another 15 minutes. After 30 minutes of intensive baking, your lamb will turn ruddy. This preliminary heat treatment process is necessary, so that the surface of the meat is covered with a dense crust that will keep the meat juice inside, soaking all the flesh. At the end of the required time, helping yourself with a kitchen towel, remove the baking sheet with a leg of lamb from the oven, and reduce its temperature to 175–180 degrees Celsius. Then add the boiled beans to the baking sheet, spreading it evenly around the perimeter, and pour in 1 cup of pure distilled water, so that the beans do not dry out during baking. Take a large sheet of food-grade aluminum foil, cover the baking sheet with it, so that there are no cracks, and the steam accumulating under the foil can steam the meat from all sides. Proceed carefully, as the baking sheet is still hot. After that, put your still raw dish in a slightly cooled oven. Bake lamb with beans for 1 hour at the rate of every 500 grams of meat for about 30 minutes. At the end of the desired time, turn off the oven. Remove the foil from the baking sheet, mix the beans with a tablespoon, close the oven, and let your dish brew for 10–15 minutes. Then taste it.